Christmas has come early for the underprivileged children as the Santa Shoebox project is donating personalized presents containing essential items and treats. The project is also calling for pledges from Good Samaritans under the theme Share the Love. For more on the project and how South Africans can lend a helping hand, I'm now joined by Zelezniak, CEO of the Santa Shoebox project. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Newzroom Afrika. I mean, the Santa Shoebox has had a massive impact over the years. Perhaps let's start at the very beginning, how you came up with the idea and why you saw it so important.
The idea wasn't mine, Paul, but thank you for bestowing that honor upon me. Our founder, Irene, started the project in 2006, identifying the need of children who simply do not have access to end-of-year gifts, treats, essential items, even school supplies, setting them up for the new year. They started with 160 boxes. South Africans, at that point it was only Cape Town, donated these gifts with absolute love. It was accessible, it was meaningful, and it reached children in need, who so often are overlooked, especially at the end of the year when children of privilege, of course, are receiving innumerable gifts, and we're all spoiling those we love. So it's a very meaningful and heartwarming time of year to bless children who simply do not have access to the same things that we are so fortunate to have access to.
Tell us more about the Share the Love theme and how it differs from previous years.
Look, each year we have a theme to keep it current, to keep it interesting, fresh. But this theme, it surprised all of us. It speaks directly to our hearts. You know, when a child receives a gift, that feeling of being seen, of being acknowledged, of being loved, is something so valuable. And imagine how that can be amplified with that child to be able to share that love, that very same expression of joy with someone they love. We've encouraged our donors this year to include a duplicate item in their shoebox. Any one of the 8 required items can be duplicated. It will be identified by means of a little sticker, and the beneficiary child will then choose their person, someone they love, to receive a gift from them. It's enormously empowering. I mean, you know, an underprivileged child is used to receiving hand-me-downs, second-hand items. Is used to doing without. And it's simply not fair. Why not give them the opportunity to also feel powerful in their own lives by gifting someone that they love with something meaningful, something valuable? That's what it's about.
Yeah, the last few years have been incredibly difficult for many South Africans, perhaps the world at large, because of the impact of COVID-19. You know, what were some of the challenges that you experienced as you tried to make this meaningful box to an underprivileged child?
Look, the obvious, of course, came into play. We weren't able to have gatherings. Our drop-off events at the end of the year are always enormously festive gatherings. It's like Santa's workshop in action. So our virtual Santa Shoebox came into play in a very, very big way. It's a shoebox just like a traditional Santa Shoebox, containing all 8 required items. The donor chooses her child by name, age, gender. We also give clothing size, but of course, in the case of the virtual shoebox, our teams pack those boxes for people who perhaps can't find their way to the stores. Maybe they're COVID vulnerable. Of course, expatriates living overseas. It was an enormously valuable contribution to the project over COVID. It's much easier now that we're post-COVID and people are able to literally share the love, come into the drop-off points, bring their shoe boxes, do the shopping. It's so much more meaningful when it is personal, which is exactly what we encourage in every Santa shoebox.
So what does this shoebox contain?
Things that you and I are privileged enough not to see as Christmas or end-of-year gifts. It's the essentials: a toothbrush, toothpaste, a face cloth, and soap. Very often the most valued items in the shoebox. Followed closely by school supplies, setting the child up for the new school year. Toys and sweets, because they are, after all, children. And a brand new outfit of clothing, which is very, very important in the South African culture over Christmas. Every child deserves to wear something new, chosen for them at Christmas time. Those are the 8 items. Although donors don't stick to 8 items, they become completely swept up in their generosity, which is so, so heartwarming. But yes, Those are the minimum 8 items we require for every child, new, unused, and age appropriate.
So how can corporates now collaborate, and perhaps individuals who may want to contribute to this project become part of it? And also perhaps in closing, just talk to us about the targets. How many shoeboxes are you hoping to fill?
Gosh, we're hoping this year for about 75,000. That said, we had more than 3 times that number in applications. So should we receive more than 75,000, we will joyfully release waitlisted facilities to receive shoeboxes for the children in their care. Corporates are our backbone. We have incredibly generous, loyal corporate sponsors who ensure that the project can continue to operate year after year. But what we find is that corporates also like to get involved. Team building, volunteering, their CSI in any way can be rewarded by becoming involved with our project. Team pledges opened on the 1st of August. A team pledge really is simply a matter of number. 20 shoeboxes or more constitutes a team pledge. We've invited our donors to become involved from the 1st of August, but we opened to the general public on the 1st of September. And I must say, we were swept away this year by an absolute avalanche of kindness. We have received almost 35,000 pledges already. It's incredible, and it's easy to lose yourself in that incredible result. However, we do have another at least 40,000 children on our name lists still waiting for a pledge. So I do encourage every South African, if you can't pledge a shoebox on your own, collaborate with your family, your friends, your team at work. May I give our website, Mpho?
Yes, please.
It's santashoebox.org.za. Click on the Pledge Here link and choose your child, and know that absolutely your box is going to benefit an underprivileged child in a meaningful and profound way. We really do encourage everyone to share the love in 2022.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. Let's leave it there for now. Deb Zelezniak, CEO of the Santa Shoebox Project. Let's